Oh my God, your poor dad.
So much to talk about.
So much. Where do
Oh,
you want to start?
she's doing a groom. A get
A
ready with
groom.
me.
Honestly, I am.
Okay, what kind of foundation are you putting on?
Well, this is just the you know.
Primer? Glow screen. Because you want like a nice little glowy base.
Exactly.
So you're getting ready for a date?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for a date. I have had some weird experiences lately with dating,
Okay,
and
so they don't even know about what just happened the other day.
I know. So last week I told our listeners that there was that one guy I had been on a few dates with, um, and that didn't work out. So things just like didn't go well. So that ended. So then I try to go on a date with somebody else. And I got stood up for the very first time. And honestly, it was so scary and embarrassing. And I panicked because I meet this guy. We match on like a Friday. We're supposed to hang out on a Sunday. And he picks the place, he makes the reservation. But then when I get there, well, beforehand, I had texted saying, like, hey, I'm in the parking lot. Are you here yet? No response. I go inside. The reservation is under his name. That's good. Um, but he's not there yet. Okay. So how long do I wait? I reach out to my friend. I'm like, how many minutes do I wait? Whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, send me his profile just in case. Let me do a little reverse image check. I go to look for his profile. It's gone. He's deleted it or he's unmatched me. But like, I can't find him anymore.
That's why I think it's like something shady. Like I don't think it's one of those things where he like showed up and just was like, "Oh, no way." And then like left.
No, but immediately my friend was like, get out of there. Because there's been like these scams where like that will happen to people and they want to know like they know that I am at the location at that
Yeah.
time alone, right? And
Hmm.
so I was like, not today. So it was just like really scary because then I left and then I didn't want to drive home right away because so I just like drove around my neighborhood for a while because I didn't know if anyone was following me.
Yeah.
But now
So
we're gonna
in
try
that
again.
case, if you're listening, like get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
Like truly, you have to get the fuck out.
safely. But it's like so embarrassing because like I the the wait staff like sat me by myself and then I had to be like, oh, just kidding, I'm leaving. He never showed up.
You're like, I swear I'm not a loser.
But maybe I am.
We're all losers.
Yeah.
Okay, now what are
Um,
you putting on your face? Charlotte Tilbury?
yeah,
I love that stuff.
I do too.
I also think you would really like Merit.
Merit.
Merit. It's this new well it's not new. I've actually done like two paid things with them and I like really enjoy their makeup. Like I enjoy working with their team. Like most brands when you work with them they're like, "Okay, this is what you have to say. Like you need to be hitting this point." And it's like, "Okay, I will sell the product the way I know how to sell the product.
Yeah.
But like Merit's like they know that their products kind of speak for themselves. And it's like more like natural, like buildable makeup. So you could go light or you could go like, more
Oh,
glam.
I
So
like
I think
that.
that's why you would like that. But that's just like a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a lot of freckles, and foundation has always been such a hard thing for me because when I was younger, I wanted such a heavy foundation because I wanted to cover up my freckles.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I didn't like having so much makeup on my face, so I started embracing the freckles. And now I like to have something that's like you said, like it's light, or I could like add more.
Yeah.
Um, and people like you nowadays are putting fake freckles on their faces.
I love fake freckles. Um, but yeah, that Charlotte Tilbury stuff is really good.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's hope I don't
Anyways,
get stood up tonight.
So I'm really excited to hear how this one goes. I have high hopes. High
I mean,
hopes.
even if I just don't get stood up, like it's already a success,
Totally.
you know?
You didn't even know that that was like the baseline
No, I
until
had no idea.
you didn't even know that like just half the battle is getting them to show up.
Also, you know what I just realized?
What?
Whoa, my lighting is changing a lot. Um, we never even introed the pod.
Oh yeah, let's intro it.
You do it.
Wait, what do we say? You can't choose your
Welcome
sisters.
back.
Oh yeah, welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. And thank you being wait,
And
thank
thank
you
you
for being the
being,
thank you being fourth friend sister. Yeah.
yeah.
So thanks for welcome back, guys. We're so if you don't have your cameras on, or cameras on, if you don't what am I saying?
Are you okay?
No, if you do not have your wits about you like me, Paige is doing a get ready. She's getting ready for a
Oh.
date. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. If you're not watching on Spotify or YouTube, Paige is getting ready for a date. Long story short.
Oh
And she
God.
was just telling us about how, she got stood up on a date and now she's really excited to not get stood up on date.
Yeah, you got to be careful out there.
You have to be careful. You always have to be careful everywhere you go, especially when you're in the desert.
Oh, was that a little segue?
Segue. Can we talk about what I did this weekend?
Please.
Like, honestly, like I haven't even had like a really good chance to rant about this. I only ranted about it once, and it was to you. I had to like, and you know how frustrated I was.
I
And like
know.
the fact that like I did not blow a fucking gasket on anyone on that trip is like actually insane.
No, that's impressive.
Okay, so me and Mr. Roberts went out to the desert, but like not like Palm Springs, Joshua Tree Desert. We went out to Glamis, which is like it's literally on the Mexican border. It's like pretty close to San Diego. There's these gorgeous sand dunes. So it literally looks like I can show you the world. Shining like if there was a magic carpet, like you would be in Arabian Nights. I don't even know where they were in that movie, but that's where somewhere in Arabia, like
That's
this place. Is that a place?
That's what I was gonna say, but Bailey isn't here to correct us.
I know, we have no idea. I don't think Arabia is a place. I think Arabic is kind of like a region. I don't
Okay.
know. Anyways, gorgeous dunes, but people go out there to really ride like ATVs and motorcycle or like dirt bikes or whatever. It's very like if you're from California, you'll get this. It's very like 909. Like 909 or like it's an area code in California. We grew up very close to the 909, so this is not a hate on the 909. But it's like the stereotype is like everyone there like loves their like toys. Like they go out to Havasu, they have like their jet skis, their boats, they have like their dirt bikes, they have like their Can-Ams. So that's just setting the scene.
Okay.
Sand everywhere that we're literally camping in the dunes. And I thought it was going to be like Havasu where there's like a campsite and then like all the like sports are one like a different section. No, you're literally camping on the sand. So
Sandy
Brandt. It's Sandy Brandt.
Sandy Brandt.
So we're staying in an RV and Mr. Roberts' friend is also staying with us. So it's us three in this little RV and it is sand everywhere. I think if there was no sand, I wouldn't have like lost my mind so much, but like you could not get the sand out of any situation we were in. Like it was honestly crazy. Like and Hank was with us. So it was like he's Sandy, I'm Sandy.
I didn't even think about Hank being so sandy.
Yeah. Like the food is sand. Like everything is just sandy. And like it's not even like Havasu. Like Havasu, there's toilets and stuff, like showers. Your only shower is in the RV. And our RV water got full by the last day. The water started coming up in the shower. Poopy. It just smelled like poopy vibes. It was
No.
crazy. And like you just didn't feel clean. And like I think you just have to like I think I went into it thinking I would be clean every day. And you just have to like you can't think that you're gonna be clean. You have to know you're gonna be a smelly little girl.
That's tough.
And I'm not a girl that's like, oh, I can wear natural deodorant or like
No,
I
we
just
are
don't
not
smell.
those girls.
I
We
am
are
like
stinky girls.
stinky. I am stinky. Like I stink after I take a shower. Like sometimes I'm like, did I wash my armpits good enough? Like I have to like get back in the shower and like re-soak my armpits. Like
And
I'm
like
stinky.
use a scrubber under
A
there.
scrubber.
Mhm.
Scrubber. Like I cannot like I just can't emphasize enough how disgusting I felt. And then also, by the way, okay, the main point of going to Glamis is so you can ride these little Can-Ams or what they're like little 4-seaters or 2-seaters and they're like little things and you go up the dunes. But the thing about the dunes is that like you don't know what's on the other side of the dune. So sometimes people like you have to be a good driver to like know how to drive with the dunes because you'll roll and you can get really fucking hurt.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not getting in a Can-Am, and I'm keep telling everyone, I'm like, no, I have friends who have like gotten hurt out here, like I can't get in a Can-Am. And then like, meanwhile, they have no idea who I'm talking about. Real Housewives of Orange County went to Glamis once, and they rolled, and one of the girls got care flighted to Palm Springs. I'm like, I'm not getting in one of those. So I'm like telling
your
everyone,
friends.
I'm like my friends, and they're like, oh okay, like, and they're so nice, like. And I was telling Paige, like, because I FaceTime Paige because I wouldn't go on these rides. And, like, I was like, I'm
These
so...
rides.
Because they call them rides.
Okay. It just sounded like you were at Disneyland.
Yeah, like, everyone's like, we're going to go on a ride in, like, 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, no pressure. And everyone is so nice. Okay, so here's what I was telling Paige. I'm like, I don't want to get on the Can-Am, but, like, I know I'm going to end up on it. And I know if I end up on it, I'm going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
And then... it's like everyone's gonna be like, oh, see, like see,
and then you're
so
gonna feel embarrassed,
and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, like it was a little scary, but like I'm glad I did it. Like it's just like I have no. And the thing is, like everyone we went with was so nice, so they weren't like they're like, hey, you're welcome to come, no pressure. Like they never made me feel like I had to do anything, or like they didn't make me feel like I was like missing out. So which made me like want to do it. Like I dug my heels in so much and they like weren't even asking, like they weren't even trying to get me on these things. So it made me like want to do it.
So it just seems like you were like really holding on to like something from our family and your childhood that you just need to like let go.
No, because you know if it was our family, like we would relentlessly bully whoever is not doing it.
Oh, totally.
And then we'd make them feel like shit. And then whenever, like, it would haunt them for the rest of their lives. And I just didn't want this to haunt me for the rest of my life.
No, I get it.
So yeah, I went in the Can-Am and it was fun. It was actually really fun. And I felt really safe. Like,
okay, that's good.
I was like, I just don't want to go on like the dunes. Like I'll go like on the rides. Like we drove to this place called Dooner's Diners. And it was like really fun, like honestly, and I got like some videos.
Good.
Yeah. So
do you want to know what my weekend was like?
Yeah. What is wrong with your dogs?
Roman is trying to dig to China. Stop. Stop.
Simon and Garfunkel need to get it together.
No, they stop. This is like their zoomies time, like their crazy time.
Yeah.
Get up there. Go. Come on, get up there. Okay. We'll just we're working through it, okay?
Yeah.
So my weekend sucked. Basically, I guess it was Friday. Like my car just decides to not turn on. We can't figure out why. So I'm FaceTiming Dad. Stop it. I'm FaceTiming Dad and I'm like, listen to my car. This is the sound it's making. What does this mean? He's trying to like figure it out. He can't figure it out. My next door neighbor and his friend, they come over. They're trying to help me with my car. We're trying to like jump it.
That's so nice.
So nice. they even are like, it should be turning on. Like nothing, it does not make sense. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. This is a problem for another day. I'm going to go inside. I go inside. So I was working, trying to get my car to turn on for at least an hour. Okay. I give up. I go inside. Not even 10 minutes go by. The carbon monoxide alarm starts going off in my house. And I am just like defeated and I'm like pissed because I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what does that mean? And so I call mom and dad and I'm like, what is like, what am I supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? And my mom's immediately like, get out of the house. And dad's like, well, I mean, do you have an extension cord? Like, I don't know why that sent me, but it's like, what am I gonna do? Like, you want me to like take this extension cord and like plug something else in to like double confirm that the alarm is going off for the carbon monoxide? No.
No.
So I'm just like I'm just pissed off. I'm like, what's the plan? I'm like, I need to know what the plan is. Um, so if you're ever in that situation, you're supposed to call the non-emergency fire department line. Well, just so you know, that line closes after business hours. So we had to call 911 and tell them that it wasn't an emergency, but the non-emergency line isn't working. So they send a crew, a firefighter crew, I don't know, to the house. There was like 5 or 6 of them, and
How'd they look?
pretty good, pretty good.
Like sexy?
Like there was one that I was like, he could get it if I was in a better mood. You know what I mean? But like I was just like, I was very pleasant, but I just like was not in the mood, you know?
Yeah. And
Um,
I know how you get like you're all business, no personality. Like there's like no shred of like your like flirtiness in those situations.
Bailey did say that I was being very pleasant, so that's good.
Okay,
But like
good.
I was shocked because I felt like it was like not the
No pleasant.
time, you know? They found higher levels of carbon monoxide in my room and Bailey's bathroom. But they couldn't figure out the source. So eventually we had all the doors, windows open, whatever. And eventually the levels just kind of leveled out. And they were like, we feel comfortable that you'll be safe here. So call us back if it goes off again. And I'm like, okay, what? Like, it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Am I gonna take that little risk of like,
Yeah, am I gonna take a nap and never wake up?
yeah, am I gonna wake up tomorrow? So then we decide not to risk it. We pack up every blanket we probably have in this house and the dogs, and we go stay at your house. And
Well, because dad was freaking you out. Like when you called me, I was like, just go to my house. Who cares? Bring the dogs, like whatever. Like as long as you're safe, that's all that matters. And then
yeah,
our dad has to like, of course, freak Paige out. He's like, you better bring enough blankets. Those dogs cannot be ripping up that leather couch.
yeah. And you know what? They didn't, but we did bring enough blankets, so that's good.
Yeah, but like even if they did, like who cares? You can replace which like we need to
Yeah,
talk about LA. Because it's like at the end of the day, you know, as long as your safety is the number one thing. So it was so crazy because we're in Orange County right now, and on Monday, was it Monday or Tuesday last week? Did the fire start on Tuesday?
I don't remember.
Maybe they started Tuesday morning. Anyways, so every year we get these like crazy winds in Southern California. It's all over Southern California. They're called the Santa Ana winds, and they just howl. They're so fucking strong. It's like crazy. And it's also really, really dry. And Southern California already is like a risk for wildfires. Like we grew up in a very like in a place that's prone to wildfires. It's like when you tell people Glendora, they're like, oh, I've seen it on the news because of wildfires, whatever. So this is actually crazy because the Palisades, the Pacific Palisades are right next to Malibu. And I feel like Malibu is always like getting fires, but like I've never seen fires happen in the Pacific Palisades like this. And on Tuesday, the winds were just crazy. It was so dry. It was like the perfect recipe, and LA is just like fires everywhere. What is going on? My little tit tat.
They are freaking out.
So yeah, that happened, and it was so scary. You could see the smoke from Newport. Altadena is another spot that's very close to where we grew up, completely decimated. Like I just haven't seen fires like take out neighborhoods. It's always like in the canyons. They head down to the canyons. All the houses like on the borders are all it's always like really scary. But this is like it's insane. It's like the craziest thing I've ever seen. And it's like all of LA was burning.
That's so scary.
So scary. Yeah, because and we're also like we're not safe just because we're in Orange County. Like we have a ton of wildlife here. Orange County just had fires like a couple months ago. And so it's like it just felt like nowhere was safe, you know? And like you just get into this like panicked state like, "Oh my God, like really all that really matters is your safety." But then you're thinking of like what you would bring, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I'm like, here, like we have nothing because it's an Airbnb. It'd be like easier for us to get out of here. But I just can't imagine. Like Spencer and Heidi have been posting their house got completely burned down.
Yeah, Spencer is carrying TikTok.
Literally, he's carrying the and like it's and Heidi, it's so sad because it is when people like try to reduce it, like, oh, it's just things you can get it back. I think it's like so reductive of like there's my God.
I need to close these windows. Like, I don't know. I'm a bust his butt. I don't know what to do.
She's gonna bust his butt. But yeah, Spencer and Heidi, like Heidi keeps she was at Marshall's today on TikTok and she's like, "Oh, look, they have like really cute sweaters here." She's like, "But it's so sad because I'm like, "Oh, I had a sweater just like that." And like they just want to go home. And like that's the thing,
Yeah.
like you can't go home. Like your home is burnt to the ground. And I think it's crazy like a flood, like your home still stands for the most part. It's everything's ruined, of course, but like this is like there's literally nothing there.
It's so. I honestly just can't even imagine. It's
Yeah.
devastating.
Yeah, so I've been sharing some stuff on my Instagram stories. And there's if you just like comb through GoFundMe, there's so many people like that have GoFundMe set up for friends. Just go and like even if you're just donating $1 to $5, like that's really all I full honesty, that's all I can afford to donate right now. But I've donated to Baby, Pasadena Humane Society, the LA Fire Department, and I've just been like randomly doing like GoFundMe's. Um, so any little bit helps, you know.
Yeah.
So that's that. And the winds are supposed to pick up a lot tonight and the fires are not contained. So
Um. Where do we go from here?
we're gonna have to take a sharp left out of here. What else is going on? I feel like there's like some like good. Have you seen the Tart trip?
I've seen. Well, actually, I saw people like before the Tart trip, like preparing for the Tart trip, but I haven't
Okay.
seen anything else.
I will be honest, like I'm never that person that's like, okay, read the room, whatever. But it was like really dystopian to wake up and like after seeing like all of the decimation from the Palisades and Altadena. I don't know if I had known about Altadena yet, but like seeing Maureen from Tarte being like, I'm calling all of our creators who's coming to Necker Island. I'm like, no one gives a fuck who's going to Necker Island right now. Like, all eyes are on this fire. At least that's just where it felt from, like, because maybe I'm here.
Wasn't wasn't there some drama about Tart's trip like last time or something? Or am I
Yeah, I feel like
mistaken?
they're always like getting into these dramas. But I was looking at like the people they invited. Of course, they have like the big names like Aspen Ovard, Brianna Chicken Fries there, Kennedy's there. Um,
Wait, I
and
didn't know that
then
Brianna and Kennedy were there.
Yeah.
Wonder how that is.
But Brianna's bringing like, and like I don't like shitting on the girlies. Like I do like shitting on the girlies, but I don't like shitting on the girlies. You know what I mean? Like I have my lines, and
Okay.
I really feel like I've given Brianna Chicken Fry like such a like the benefit of the doubt with this whole like Grace thing because I could like I've just been there. Like there's two sides to the story, and I feel like I don't like the pile on from the internet. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's deeper than what's the internet knows. But then her bringing this guy on the Tart trip is just kind of like it is giving me like kind of an ick, I'll be honest.
Wait, so the guy. Okay, so I saw a TikTok of her and this guy, and they were like, like make
Yeah,
like,
like
and
I know.
so that was the Tart trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And you're like pretty team Grace.
I'm team both of them, but I just
Yeah.
think that as a friend, I don't think that Brianna is really seeing where Grace is coming from. I think she's in, and I feel like, sorry, and I feel like that sucks because of their friendship. They've been friends for so long,
Mhm.
but I think that Brianna will come around eventually, and it's either going to be too late, and she's going to be like, man, I kind of missed the mark there, or it'll be fine because like they are friends, and like she'll be able to apologize, and Grace will be like, okay, cool, like I'm glad that you finally at least understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah. I think it was like when you're in it, it's really hard to see where the other person's coming from.
Totally.
Like, and especially at their age, like I just remember my friend breakup that I had at that age was like we could not see each other's side. And it was like a crazy, like it was all over boys, of course.
Which is like
The
nuts.
most annoying. I know. It wasn't like we were like fighting over a boy. It's like a shitty boyfriend ruined our friendship.
Yeah.
Same with theirs.
And it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's so not worth it.
Yeah, she seems to be doing fine now, but I still think about like that friendship breakup. It sucked.
A friendship breakup is something that I think about my friendship breakup way more than I ever think of like a boyfriend breakup.
Yeah, like I do too. Like once I get over a breakup with a man, like I'm over it. But
Mm-hmm.
like there is really no getting over a girlfriend breakup, like a friend breakup.
Totally.
Because I think like women, our relationships are so much deeper and like on a like when you're having a breakup with like a man, it feels like very like you're losing someone, but like you're not losing like this like intimacy. Like it's almost like this person, like your friends are the ones that you lean on the most. They're the ones that you always expect to be there. Like men, you kind of like always think that they can come and go, but friends, you just don't ever expect them to like come and go,
Well,
you know?
and because your best friends know you so much better than your
Than a
boyfriend does.
man.
At
Yeah.
least at least for a while. I mean, like
Hmm.
there are one example of a behavior that I would do with my best friend and never with a boyfriend would be like days when I was hungover, I would go to my friend's house and we would
Tickle time?
no, that's no, I would do tickle time with anybody. But but like I like on my way over to her house, I would get like a feast of either McDonald's or like Taco Bell or like some kind of junky fast food. Like
Yeah.
so much of it, way more than we were hoping to be able to eat, just because like we don't want to have to leave the house again.
Yeah.
And then we would just like stay in her house, eat until we like wanted to throw up, and we would just lay in the dark watching like Grey's Anatomy or something. Like
Yeah.
not even talking that much, just like being there completely vegging out. And I would be embarrassed to eat like that in front of my boyfriend. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
oh yeah, I I eat Taco Bell. I eat one burrito. You know?
Yeah, like
No,
I just like don't need a man knowing how much I eat ever.
totally.
Even Mr. Roberts and I, like, we're foodies and like we'll go out to dinner and like we'll have like, we'll eat. Like we eat good. But like there's just something about like ordering takeout and like needing the privacy to like have your way with it
Mm-hmm.
without any judgment from a man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call my secret dinners. Like I love when Nick is like out of town and I can just like order like a smorgasbord and I order what I want, Like I'm not
Yes.
ordering with like it's I feel so free. And I like have like my housewives like queued up and it's like I just like get like a vintage housewife on and then I just like lay out all the food on the coffee table and I just like have like the best night of my life.
And you take your time.
I take my time
Yeah.
and I don't need I'm not eating to like have a meal and be done and clean up. I'm eating and I'm going to lay back down. And then I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to have a bite of something and I'm going to lay back down. That's why I'm ordering enough to like withstand that.
Totally. I
Secret
agree.
dinners. Yeah, I love those.
Yeah. Friendship breakups
So,
suck.
I know they really suck. But okay, what else is going on? Do you hear the Frenchie snores? I wonder if that's going to be picked up on the
Probably.
Probably. What else is happening today?
Probably.
We didn't like come prepared. When is Taylor doing?
Just like hanging out with Travis. You know? Just living her life.
Wait, Liz Woods just posted that Travis Kelsey did a an interview and they're talking about new albums from Taylor and they said, I think that there's one coming. There might be a few, he said.
Well, I mean, no shit. Like, we know that we need Reputation and like her debut album, but like, when are we gonna get it? Have you seen? I'm such a fucking clown. Have you seen the like Repunation and like Repu Karma or whatever TikTok accounts that are posting these like little teasers? And everyone in the comments is like, "I'm so tired. Is this real?" But also like, I'm here. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna comment in case like something real happens. But it's like, when are we getting it?
Well, here's the thing, like you're not getting it anytime soon until the fire stuff dies down because she's not going to step in shit.
True.
One thing about Taylor is like she has learned her lesson over time,
I mean,
Even if
yeah.
she had the perfect date that lined up that like was perfect that like
Jesus criminy.
that was like perfect for the Reputation and debut, like 13 plus 13 is 26, like something like that.
Yeah.
She like there is nothing worth posting and like announcing something during a tragedy because then it's just all the like she wants positive eyes on her. She does not want eyes on her being like, I can't believe Taylor's so tone deaf. Is that rare beauty?
It is.
Wow.
Dot dot not a lot.
I know. Truly like that. Those blushes are like insane.
The first time I got my rare beauty, I didn't know that it was dot dot not a lot. I had to wash my whole face because I did like
Yeah.
a whole line. And no, no.
What did you think of Selena at the Golden Globes? What do you think of Selena right now? Like, what's your pulse check on her?
Why do you do this to me?
I'll tell you what I think. I'm not afraid of the Selenators. They will not like bully me into silence. There is something up with that girl. I'm sorry, there is.
I think that I'm surprised that her musical won over Wicked.
Literally, what the fuck was that?
I don't
I'm like
know.
annoyed. I'm really annoyed. And I know like what is the plot of this movie that she's in?
Okay, well, it's this person who was like the head of the cartel or in the cartel, and now they're out, I guess. and they want to transition from a man to a woman.
Penis
And
to vagina.
okay, yes. And so it's like the clips that I'm seeing. So what's really funny is my friend Patrick is a big movie guy, and
Yeah.
he likes to watch all of the movies that are up for Golden Globes, like Oscars, like whatever. Um, and so I told him, I was like, you need to watch this. The only negative things that I heard about the movie were about Selena's Spanish accent.
Yeah.
So I did not know anything about the movie. I didn't know what it was about, nothing. But the only negative thing I heard was her accent. So I told him, as a non-Spanish
Speecher.
speaker, you should watch this movie and then let me know if you think it's bad, or do we not know because we speak English? Like I don't know. Like I just wanted to know, like, does everyone think it's bad, or is it just like offensive? Like if you're a Spanish speaker, like whatever. He gets 5 minutes into the movie and he's like, "Is this a musical?" And I said, "What?" Because usually people get pissed if they like. I'm surprised I didn't see that. Like usually people are mad if they start a movie and they don't know that it's a musical and they're tricked.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "There's no way." I would have seen that. People would have said that. And then he sends me a clip, the penis to vagina song clip, and he said, "This is so bad," and it won.
I don't understand why it won. Like, whose dick did someone suck in Hollywood to get that to win? Because like, I'm sorry, but Wicked, I didn't even see it, but like, I just know it was better.
I saw Wicked twice, and it was phenomenal.
Like,
But
what
but
is
I
like the best music? Did they win best musical
well,
or best picture?
Jade, I don't know. Let me see.
Because what are they grading this on? Because to me, it's like it seems like the best picture should be something that like everyone universally can agree is a really great movie. Like why do they have to choose the best movie, the one that's like so controversial? Like people are not understanding this movie that's what is it even called?
Hold on. Amelia
Selena.
Perez,
Amelia Perez. Like people are
and it
that's what I
won best motion picture musical or comedy,
I,
and
like
best motion picture non English language
language.
language.
Also, like, who knew Zoe Saldana was like so Latina? The way she like was, I've been seeing these interviews from her, and like the way she like really turns on the accent. I was like, I had no idea, and I've been watching her since Crossroads.
Yeah, I feel like that's a choice.
Yeah, and she's like Selena. Like whenever she's in like the interviews, like she like says Selena's name with like an accent. I'm like, Selena doesn't even say her name with an accent.
But also, did you see when it was like the director or the writers or something for the movie won, and she like walked back up there, or so, like she wasn't supposed to be up
Who's
there.
Selena?
No,
Zoe?
Zoe, and it was like, what are you doing here? Like, just
I
go sit
just,
down.
I've seen none of these movies, but I really just think Wicked was robbed.
But maybe I don't know the difference between the Golden Globes and the Oscars.
Golden Globes are like fun. They're TV and movies, so it's like everyone from Hollywood is there. It's just kind of like less of like a thing, you know?
But I just wonder if they're like, okay, we're gonna throw these movies a bone, and then like the Oscars are the real deal.
Well,
I
Oscars are
don't
going to be
know.
even crazier because that's all voted on by the Academy and it's like a bunch of artsy people. I just feel like people like they feel like in order for it to be art, it has to be weird. And why does that have to be a thing?
I don't
Like
know.
art should be beautiful. Art should be
I'm
like
clearly not an artist.
and I appreciate when artists like go edgy, go weird, like go weird. Go weird Amelia Perez, but like why did that musical win over Wicked? Like it just makes no sense.
Well, I don't think that it is weird. I think that it was just bad. Like
Yeah.
the songs that I've heard were not written well. Like they are not good songs. Like so if we're just that's a the music, the songs are a big piece to a musical, right? So it's just like so weird that if you're just comparing the songs, Wicked had much better songs. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll
Interesting.
see. The Academy Award nominations are going to be, we're not going to get them for a little bit. They're delaying that. Let's see what else is going on in the news.
Spencer's taking over TikTok.
Spencer's taking over. Oh, TikTok might be banned. That's really sad. I did see a video today that like gave me hope. This girl was like, or this girl, she was like a woman. She seemed very smart, and what she said made me feel better. Now, I don't really know what she said, but
What
like
do
I
you
can't
mean?
regurgitate it. Like I can't tell you what she said because like I have no idea what it meant. But
Okay.
like just know. She's like, I actually think that some of the Supreme Court justices are more in favor of like keeping TikTok than not.
So has the decision not been made yet?
No. But it is like kind of unconstitutional, like the stuff that they're like basically what they're saying, like if this is like a content-based thing, then this is like if they're worried about the content that we're being fed, it's against the First Amendment. Is kind of what the Supreme Court justices are saying. A lot of them don't even understand that's Jesus criminy.
Sorry.
What time's your date? Can I ask where you're going?
We're going to group therapy.
Yum.
Um, it was like a panic. This person just moved to Austin, and so they said, "Can you pick a spot?" And I hate picking spots. And yeah, I don't like making date location decisions. I like someone to make the decision, and I show up.
Yeah.
That's what I prefer.
Hmm.
But I felt obligated until going to group therapy. Well, I gave three options, and he said, "That's a funny name," and I said, "Great, let's go," because
Yeah.
it is a funny name.
I actually like group therapy because you can always get in and it's in a good spot
Mm-hmm.
and you'll never see anyone you know. So it's like nice.
Exactly.
Um,
But anyways, I am leaving here. Well, because I have to Uber because I don't have a car unless Bailey gets home sometime and then maybe like she could drop me off. But like I'm gonna have to call an Uber probably in like 45 minutes, something like that. I don't know. Eh,
Interesting. Are you nervous?
not yet, but I probably will be when it gets a little closer.
Yeah. You're gonna do fine.
I mean, I know that.
I know that, and you know that.
It's just like you have like first dates, you have to be on your best behavior.
I know. That's like the shitty part. Like you can't just like let it fly, you know?
I didn't have a bad day at work today, but like if I did, I couldn't let him know that. You know, it's like I love my job.
I love my job. Everything's great.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like you want to like put your best foot forward and maybe not like your true authentic self.
Totally. I've hid my true authentic self for years from Mr. Roberts. Like he has no idea. Like I like in the middle of the night when we were in Glamis and I was so sandy and it was like me, him and Hank on this tiny little bed and it was so just like uncomfortable. I was like, I cannot wait to get out of here. And he was like, oh no, that like makes me feel so bad. And then I was like, fuck,
You're like, sorry.
you're just like such a nice guy. Like I shouldn't be such a bitch to you.
You
This
were
is not
like,
your fault.
you like couldn't help it.
I couldn't help it. Like the demons were pouring out
No,
of my
the
soul.
demons were strong.
strong. What else can we talk about? Like, why are we coming up with a blank, but like anytime we FaceTime, we're just like full of it, you know? Should we like talk about Bailey? Like what's going on with her?
Um, I mean, nothing much. Like she's just like working,
Back to being a teacher.
back to being a teacher.
Being a teacher is really hard. We gotta like pay them more.
Um, what's in the news? Like, did you look?
I'm like, yeah, like Brittany Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes had a baby.
Oh,
Their third child, so they had their Bailey. And okay, guess what the name is? Oh,
mm,
Bailey. Speaking of Bailey,
is it magenta?
no, but like honestly, you're not that far off. It's like it's a metal. It's like a precious metal.
Copper?
Close, very close. What's better than copper?
Platinum? Gold?
Yes, golden.
Golden.
Okay, but this is where they lost me. Golden Ray Mahomes.
Okay, so what would have been better than Ray?
Golden Sue for like their mom or something. I don't know. Golden Ray is like it's giving Summer Moon from Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, are you watching Southern Charm?
Yes, but I'm one episode behind.
It's like a lot of Paige the last couple episodes.
No, it's so awkward.
Sad. It's really sad. Also, okay, this is what we can talk about. We can end it on this. Why the fuck are these bitches turning against Paige?
I have no idea.
Like, are you okay?
No, it's so weird.
Like, you liked her because she was in a relationship and now you're all like pissed that she's moving on? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No,
These bitches are not loyal.
It does not make sense.
It makes absolutely zero sense. And by the way, let me remind you, you liked Craig because of Paige. Nobody was that like people liked Craig, but like they really liked Craig because of Paige.
Yeah.
So like trust your girl.
And it's like why are we so mad that it didn't work out between them? Like we can still like both of them. Right. We do not have to pick sides.
We actually don't have to pick sides in this one. Like they both said like there's nothing really like nefarious that went on, so
it's like he is ready to settle down and have a family and she's not ready to do that yet. That's okay.
I really wish you watched Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because on this week's episode, one of the wives, they said nefarious, but they said it in a weird way. They said nefarious. And all the girls they said there's nothing nefarious. And then all the girls are like, what does that mean? They literally all were like, wait, what does that mean? Tell us what it means. And she's like, nefarious? And they're like, oh, nefarious. But it's just like, it's one of those housewives things that you have to see happen to like really understand it. Like also one of the girls, they were like on this bus and one of the girls starts like recording. Oh my God, Paige, you have to see this girl. Her name is Brittany and she's a friend of, but she's like always stepping in shit. Like it's just comical. Like she's that girl that like is always going through a breakup and then wants you to take every single breakup so seriously, but she goes back and forth with the same guy a million times. And then she like, you just don't take this girl seriously because like she clearly doesn't take her life seriously either. And then she gets like so upset and like she always like makes these announcements and she'll be like, you guys, we're back together. And everyone's like, okay. And then she's like,
no one cares.
Everyone's like, and then she's like, why don't you care about my life? And like, we're like, we don't care about your life because this happens all the time.
Okay, who is that girl?
Her name's Brittany. Oh, what she was doing is she was recording a video. Like you could tell she was like recording the back of a seat. So she was trying to record the argument going on and the girls caught her. And the way she was trying to lie to get out of it was so embarrassing because like she kept saying like, she kept giving like 5 different excuses. So she'd be like, oh, I'm trying to send a video to my daughter. And then she was like, oh, I don't know how to use my phone. And then she was like, was gonna flip it around and take a selfie, and everyone's like, "You're lying.
You're lying.
You're just like a big fat liar."
That's funny. I do need to watch that because I did start it, but I need to catch up.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. Okay, are you gonna go on your little date?
Yeah, I need to. It's hard to do my makeup in this lighting, so I need to like go to my room, turn the lights on, and
Mm-hmm.
see what I've done, see how to fix it.
Okay.
But I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Let us know how it goes on next week on Your Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Write into us. Let us know your. Let's let them know.
No.
Um, tell us about a first date horror story that you had. Write into yourpoordad@gmail.com. Make sure to rate, review, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you next week, girls.
Bye.
Bye.